All right, guys, we're back. I didn't go to sleep from the last video because I decided to just get this one out of the way. So today we're going to do chapter 5, problem 1 in Excel because my laptop is dead. So yeah, we're just going to get started. I'll read it out as I'm working it, but I have it on the side of the screen. You can see it. Um, so Kern's Book Warehouse, I already made the little journal thing up here, distributes hardback books to retail stores and extends credit terms of 210 net 30 to all of its customers. During the month of June, the following merchandise transactions occurred. So, June 1st, 6/1, we purchased books on account for 1600 from Binsfield Publishers. Terms 210 net 30. So, we're increasing inventory because we bought books and we're increasing our accounts payable. I'll type it out. Payable for 1600. 1600. And then June 3rd, we make a sale, right? Sold books on account to Reading Rainbow for 2500. The cost of books sold was 1440. So, over here, our debit for the first transaction. So, as a warehouse, we are the middleman because it says that we distribute hardback books to retail stores. So we are a wholesaler, so we're the middleman. So we get the selling part and the purchasing part. So the first transaction or the first journal entry would be to record the revenue. So we sold books on account to Reading Rainbow for 2,500. So over here, we're going to do accounts receivable, if I can spell, for 2,500. Oops, I burped. Excuse me, guys. Account, or no, sales revenue. And then our second journal entry for this one is going to be for the expense side because we generated revenue. So the cost of books sold was 1440. So we're going to do cost of goods sold. Sorry, I know my keyboard's kind of loud. This is my brother's keyboard for 1440. And the cost of goods sold is an expense account, so it's debited to increase. And the credit to that will be to inventory because we no longer have it. We sold it. And then the next one is number 6, or June 6th. So 6/6. Received $100 credit for books returned from or to Binsfield Publishers. So returned to. So Binsfield Publishers is where we bought the books originally. So we're sending them bad boys back. So we have to just reverse kind of the the purchase. So accounts payable because we don't owe them that money anymore. So 100, 100. We're giving up $100 of our inventory. So inventory. Moving on. June 9th. We paid Binsfield Publishers in full. So this total right here, this purchase right here, 1600 minus our return. So 1600 minus 100 is 1500. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. So we paid our accounts payable. We don't owe them that money anymore for purchasing the books. And we paid it with cash. Or we paid it, so you paid equals cash. June 15th. Received payment in full from Reading Rainbow. So we received payment. So We're increasing cash. Why are you indented? 5. Why is this not working? Did it work? Maybe. I think it did. Perfect. So we're receiving cash for the full thing. So accounts receivable was 2,500. So 2,500. And then we're decreasing that accounts receivable because we don't have the right to collect that money anymore. One more. And then on June 17th, right there, sold books on account to wrap books for 1,800. The cost of merchandise sold was 1080. So over here, we're going to do 617. And as a seller, we have to do 2 entries. So we're recognizing the revenue through accounts receivable for 1,800. And then why are you indented? And then we're recognizing sales revenue for 1,800. And then we're recognizing the expense of the inventory, you know? So 617. And then cost of goods sold. And then inventory. So our cost of goods sold was 1080. Our inventory taken out was 1080. So moving on, we got June 20th. Purchase books on account from McGinn Publishers. Terms 215. Wait, hold on. I completely skipped this part. So we purchase books on account to or from Binsfield Publishers. So we paid that on the 9th within the 10 days. So we get to take a percent out of that. So insert inventory, right? Or no, I did it backwards. Right, wrong thing. Am I tripping? No, 1,600. No, I did that in the right space. I'm tripping. So insert or cash actually, the check was for, or what's 2%? Hold on. I need a calculator. Open. So we paid 1,500 for books or times 0.2, no, 0.02%. So $30 was our discount. So that $30 comes out of inventory. There we go. But this is 1,470. There we go. That looks much better. 620. Purchase books on account 1,800 from again publishers 215 net 30. So we purchased books on account. Oh, wait, I already did that. Anyway, moving on. Wait, did I? Am I? I'm tripping, definitely. Okay. So we are increasing our inventory by making a purchase of books. And then that is for 1,800. 1,800 is our accounts payable. Payable. And then that's all for that one. Received payment in full from Wrap Books. So Wrap Books is this back here. So 210 net 30 is what we extend to all of our customers. Oh, by the way, Reading Rainbow didn't pay it within that within that 10 days, by the way, because the 3rd to the 15th is not 10 days. So, received payment in full from Rat Books, who paid on the 17th, and they paid on the 14th. They're still within that 10 days. So, they get 10% off as a seller from a seller standpoint. So, how we do that is 624, and we're going to do accounts. Nope. We're doing something. Sales allowances and returns, right? Well, I gotta check out my notes real quick. Okay, sales discounts. Oh, no, we just do sales discounts. Okay. Sales discounts. I get mixed up between the whatever. So, teaching. Okay. Sales discounts. We're gonna move that down, actually. And we're gonna make this cash. Do cash first. So 10 or 2%. Drop my calculator. So 1,800 times 0.02 is 36. So they get a $36 discount. So 36. Oh, sales discount is a contra revenue account, by the way. So that's 1764, right? Does that add up? It does. And then 1,800 is sales revenue. If I could spell revenue right. Let me indent that twice. And then that's that one. Paid McGinn publishers in full. So paid in full. So where we bought McGinn books. So our terms with that was $215 net 30. So we had 1,800. We paid it within 10 days. So our stuff comes out of cost of goods sold, I think. Like as a buyer. So we paid them. So our accounts payable will go down by 1,800. And then our cash will go down. Why did I write it right there? And then we're going to do cost of goods sold. I'm just writing COGS. And then cash. Right? Am I tripping? Was that $36? We paid it within the 15 days. Did I say? I don't know what I said earlier. So cash. Oh, wait, I definitely did something wrong. As a buyer. Oh, it comes out of inventory, not cost of goods sold. Inventory. That's why I was tripping. See, guys, I mess up. Don't worry about it. 64. Yeah, that's how you do it. Back to the stuff. Okay. I can't click my highlighter. Guys, please. Whatever. We're gonna keep moving on with our pen. Sold books on account. On account. Sold for 1,600. The cost of merchandise sold was $970. So on June 28th, we make a sale. So we're doing accounts receivable for 1,600. They need to pay us $1,600. And then that is sales revenue. Again, I can't spell. I need to crack down on my typing speed. 628. Now let me indent that. These need to indent a little more. No? There we go. Okay, back to this. The cost of merchandise sold, so cost of goods sold, was $970. So coming out of a 970 is our inventory. And then last one, we have a credit for books returned costing $72. So we have a return from our seller or our buyer right here because this is them. So as a seller, I believe when we do returns or when we receive returns, we have our date and then we have sales, returns, and allowances. Let me add a S on there. Sales, returns, and allowances for $120. And why are you indented? For $120. And then that also comes out of our accounts receivable because they, uh, they don't owe us the money anymore. And then I don't think this is the one where we do it in one go, right? No. As the seller for returns, and then it goes back into inventory, so 630. And then we credit cost of goods sold. So $72 was back in inventory. And then we have 72 coming out of cost of goods sold.